Hello, all Jehovah's Witnesses in the world. Hello, everyone in the world that believes in a supernatural devil that's above and beyond them, that they have no power over. Something that God created, some sort of an angelic spirit that God created that lost control of this child. And now this child is dispensing its retribution on mankind, and we have to deal with it. Well, I'm here to kill that idea once and for all. It is dead. Anybody that has any serious mind and believes in the Bible will know for a fact when I present this image behind me that any conception of a devil is complete nonsense. And anyone with a serious credential in some sort of a religious organization that continues to believe in the devil after explaining this image, is a complete fool or a hypocrite. There's no other choice other than that. I can't think of fool or hypocrite. Anyway. Or the third choice, or they got money to make. They're in it for the gain, for greed. In other words, what's the proper word for that? Willfully wicked. Sin against the Holy Spirit. Embrace your devil too. Jehovah's Witnesses have embraced the devil. They consider it a supernatural power out there that they're constantly protecting their flock against. Well, does that really hold water in the Bible? Let's see. You reap what you sow. That's the rule. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Jesus himself said it, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. But I mean, it works around the world today. I mean, every man and woman that has a child knows it for sure. Anyway, you reap what you sow. You mature at your own pace. And we can assume it's loving if we are a person that believes in God and wants to do the right thing, that's not on purpose causing trouble, not on purpose wanting someone to believe in something that's not to the benefit of mankind in general, but to some few in particular, because they could take advantage of this so that they can create religions that make to protect people out of fear of a devil, because they think the devil is something it's really not. We have free will. It's just that simple. We have free will. And if we have free will, we can make ignorant, bad choices if we choose. Or we can make wise, good choices if we choose. It's up to us. You reap what you sow. If you want, meat and potatoes for supper, then you better go buy some meat and potatoes and cook them. If you don't, you're going to get something else. It's just that simple. You reap what you sow. So when a person is constantly making bad choices and they think they're good choices, what's happening is they're running amok, causing problems in the world, thinking they're doing good. But they've got their ignorant choices confused with their good choices. It's just that simple. That's what ignorance is. When a baby is born, it doesn't know anything. All it can do is cry. Okay, it cries, and then somebody comes along, a parent comes along and sees what the matter is. Is it a wet diaper? Is it they're hungry? Is it they're uncomfortable for something's not right? What is it? The child doesn't know. All it knows is it's not happy. Okay. Now eventually it begins to figure out, oh yeah, I got this and I got that, but all it can do is cry. Eventually it can start verbalizing things and saying things. But the fact of the matter is the child is just an ignorant mind, okay? And as we grow up, if we don't put smart things in that mind, we're going to grow up thinking ignorant things is the good thing. Jehovah's Witnesses have actually used the illustration. I know the illustration from them. That, if you grow up in a family of criminals, you're going to believe criminal activity is good. But it's just not, okay? It's just not. Well, if you grow up in a religion that thinks bad things is good, that's not in reality, that doesn't really understand what Jesus came to do and what the principles of reality is. They're lost in some sort of a relic of the past, believing in the Bible as God is a God of retribution, of a devil. I mean, it's just so ignorant, it's pitiful. And if you haven't watched the other video I did on this already, the reason why you're seeing this one is because you didn't respond, okay? I'm trying to be polite. I'm trying to be nice. Now I'm having to do this. Now, right now, this video is only being sent to a few select brothers so that they can understand what I'm trying to say. Now, if they refuse to listen, refuse to watch this video, then they'll be surprised when this video is going to be on YouTube public, because it's obvious that these brothers are just completely clueless as to recognizing reality. Anyway, let me get into it now that y'all been given fair warning. We have free will, which means it's impossible to have free will and be imperfect. So we're also perfect. Just accept it. You're perfect, but you're imperfect, but you're ignorant. You were born ignorant and you have to overcome ignorance. And sometimes that ignorance includes thinking you're doing the right thing and you're not, okay? That's part of it. How often in life have you found yourself thinking you're doing the right thing and you're not? Oh yeah, I want to marry this girl. I'm going to do what I can to court her. And sure enough, no matter what you do, she looks at you and says, "Get lost, you fool." Yeah, it just did not work out, okay? You thought you thought God meant her to be for you, and she point blank said, that's not God's choice for you, and she let you know it, and you gone, okay? And then the point I'm getting at is, at some point you need to face reality. Some point you got to realize the girl don't want me, and Jehovah don't want the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, Jehovah's Witnesses, in the form it is now, because it is disgusting to him, because they think the devil is a real creature, okay? It's so ridiculous, it's pitiful. So backward, nobody believes in that. Nobody in the world believes in the devil but Jehovah's Witnesses, as far as I know. Because the rest of the world believe that Jesus saves them, and so as long as they're comfortable with Jesus, then they're good. And this works if they even believe that, on that level. Because whether or not there's a spirit creature out there isn't the problem. The problem is the power you give it. And that's what Jehovah's Witnesses has done. They've not only created ignorance, they've empowered ignorance, because their organization is based on keeping their flock ignorant. Because they think Jesus literally meant to be as children. It's so stupid to think that, is pitiful, but that's what they think. That's what they believe. And if y'all don't believe that, publish it. Publish it that y'all don't believe that you have to actually keep people ignorant like stupid children that haven't been taught properly. Look, this organization is so backwards, it's almost impossible to reach you guys. The Quakers and those all of those people in what are the ones in Pennsylvania and all, man, they heads and tails above you guys. Everybody's above you guys, because they already living in paradise. Okay, I mean, they literally living in paradise, because for all practical purposes, their whole lives, they're farmers and community people, and they just have to deal with the ignorance that is among them. They're already in paradise. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Don't get me wrong, they don't all get it. Some of them leave and whatever, mature. We all grow at our own pace, okay? But that's it. Look, So basically, this is it. Remember the old Flip Wilson thing about the devil made me do it? You know, the devil's on one shoulder and the angel's on another. In reality, that's the best way to look at it. You know, I look at it that way. And the reason why is because it actually makes, this actually solves the issue of the Bible. You can believe in the devil and recognize that it doesn't hurt you in any way if you believe in him correctly. You know, Jesus believed in the devil. He did. He talked about the devil. The devil has no hold on me. Ignorance has no hold on me. You know, that's what he was saying. But they were seeing some. See, they were. You know, it's about language. You know, what's the word? I could put, you know, devil choices. You know, the devil. You know, the devil. This is what he was saying. The devil has no hold on me. Okay, because Jehovah, I and the Father are one. You know, that's why. This is what Jesus believed, is what I'm trying to say. The devil has no hold on me. I have no ignorance in me. Okay, that's what he was telling them. He didn't really believe in a devil, but he believed, he spoke in a language they could understand at the time. But he also said that I and the Father are one. Okay, so where is this all leading? You know, where do the bad choices go? Where do the good choices go? Jehovah is all things. So, I mean, Jesus said it too. It says, flee from the devil and he will flee from you. You know, flee from ignorance and become one with the Father. Well, Jesus again said it. He said, this means everlasting life. The taking in knowledge of the only true God and of the one whom you sent forth, Jesus Christ. Okay? Well, knowledge of that is, well, what did they really mean in the Bible? Not what I think they mean, but what did they really mean? Well, if God is love, okay, this is what they must have meant, okay, because this is loving. This is giving a person free will so that they can make the choices that they want, okay, in life. And they can, it's loving because they can grow at the pace they want to grow. You know, the loving that they can understand it. And that's what's causing the turmoil on earth today, because some people are more mature than others. So some people act more rationally than others. Some people are making better decisions than others. That's why some people are living in the gutter and some people aren't. And that's why some people are in charge of some organizations and, you know, are still making bad choices and they don't realize it, because they happen to be in comfortable conditions with the bad choices. But the fact of the matter is that they're not the ones in the bad conditions. Personally, the bad choices is trickling down to the flock that's having to suffer the ignorance that you haven't been able to teach something as basic and simple of how the devil works and the way Jesus taught it. Because this is exactly the way Jesus, I mean, I just quoted Jesus, basically, avoid the devil, draw close to God, and all is good. And Jehovah's Witnesses have us fearing the devil, being afraid of the devil, watching out for the devil, so that they can protect us, so that we can get close to God. I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is. And you don't realize it. See, that's why the organization doesn't need to be a religion anymore. Well, first of all, it doesn't even really understand spirituality, because it couldn't explain something as simple as this. I mean, this is so basic, it's beyond belief. I mean, this is like when you have a baby growing up, the first thing you teach it is this. And yet Jehovah's Witnesses have not been taught this simple, basic truth. You want to know the truth? Here it is. Rex King, a Jehovah Witness since 1977, officially, since I was baptized, has killed the devil the way Jehovah's Witnesses believe the devil, because I just scripturally proved from the mouth of Jesus that God is love, and he has a loving arrangement for people to process their ignorant, bad choices at their own pace, because he loves his children and he lets them grow as they can handle that growth. The issue is the adults in the room, those that say I'm in charge, those that say I know. What are they teaching? What are they explaining to the flock so that the flock can start making better decisions in their lives and grow and prosper? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Anyway, the devil is a really interesting subject. How the world is manipulated around a maniacal subject that in reality is much more important than God. Because everybody's so preoccupied with their fears and yet whatever's, you know. All I can say, brothers, I've just prepared this video. I've tried to be as polite as possible, but at least blunt and forthwith enough to let you brothers know how serious this is. You know, there's a scripture in Revelation that talks about Jesus when he would appear and he would have a sharp sword protruding out of his mouth. And how have y'all interpreted that? Well, guess what? You just saw that sword. This website that I've set up that's going to have this video on it shortly, if y'all don't respond to me in some kind of a way and accept the fact that this is truth. And the BS that y'all been peddling is just that, BS. And then publicly announce it, that the devil is dead. Embrace your devil from this viewpoint, and you will be able to have a better life and not be in fear unnecessarily of past mistakes that Jehovah's Witnesses probably created in the first place. And that's the game y'all been playing, and you don't even know it. You create the problem and then find the solution. The Republican Party is excellent at it. You know, that's what this is about, brothers. It's undermining truth in the world, undermining reality, you know, for white supremacy or some kind of BS like that. Anyway, this is reality, brothers. And if you brothers don't start getting on board shortly, this video is going to be published with the others. And by the way, I've just began to look into the process of advertising on YouTube. So if this happens to hit YouTube, I'm going to be advertising big time. And if y'all don't think my budget can't handle some little advertising, I assure you, you're mistaken, okay? I can do that. I'm not afraid to advertise my goods. And there's nothing on here that I have done in any way, shape, or form to try and hurt the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses. My purpose is to get this organization to recognize the responsibility that it says it has and either use that responsibility appropriately. And at this point, it's only as some sort of a social organization, no longer as a religion. And it better get on board quickly, or it's not even going to be a social organization pretty soon, because it's going to be a disgusted, hated thing. You know, the Bible says that in Revelation, there's the harlot that's about to be destroyed. Well, if you want to be part of that harlot, you continue on the course you're on now, because that's where you are. The only way to get off, you better start listening to Rex King.